أنا.
Good morning. I'm going to wait a little bit just for the others to join, okay? Okay, guys, I will allow you to unmute yourselves in case you want to stop me to ask any question. So now you are able to unmute yourselves, okay? I know not all of you are here, but we have to start. Okay, let's now just recall what we have explained yesterday. Yesterday we have talked about past simple. Today we are going to continue with the lecture and continue the second part of the lesson, which is the past progressive. Okay, now who can just remind me, how do we form the past simple, or how do we write the past simple? Who can remind me?
By adding ed to the verb, or
All
it
the
depends
verbs?
on the.
No,
For
No,
which verbs?
the irregular verbs.
Excellent, the regular verbs. Okay, what is the second kind of the verbs? What is the other kind of verbs we have?
Irregular verbs.
And we have irregular verbs. What do we do for irregular verbs? How do we change them to the past? Do
By
they?
going through the irregular verbs list?
Excellent, excellent. Do they follow the rule?
No.
No, they do not follow the rule. Excellent. They do not follow the rule. So the first thing we talked about yesterday is that the past simple is changed or is formed by adding ed for regular verbs and by following the irregular verb list for irregular verbs, right? Who can remind us what are the uses of the past simple? Why do we use a past simple?
Completed actions in the past.
Very good. Completed actions in the past. Let me see. Razan Sultan,
Yes.
can you give me an example about an action that happened with you in the past? A completed action in the past?
Yes.
Yes, give me an example.
We went to my grandma's house last week.
Very good. We went to my grandma's house last week. Excellent. Okay. What is the second use? We said it expresses completed actions in the past. What else does past simple express or used for?
Habits, actions.
Habits
What?
in the past.
Habits. The others, Huda said habits and the other girl said habit actions. Okay, habits that used to happen in the past. Okay, let's see. Who will give me an example? Taline, are you able to answer? Are you better now, Taline? Can you give us an example about a habit you used to do in the past? Hi. Okay, I'll choose somebody else. It seems that Taline is still tired. Let's see. Something that you used to do in the past. Larissa.
I used to watch Netflix every day.
You used to watch Netflix every day. Okay. This is a habit because she used I used to. It means this is a habit that happened a long time ago. What is the third use of the past simple tense? Who can remind us?
Series of completed actions.
Excellent, Razan, excellent, Huda. Series of completed actions. It is similar to the completed actions in the past, but the only different thing is that here we have more than one action. So you do more than one action, okay? Now this is everything we talked about. We are going now to move to the past progressive tense, to the form of the past progressive, to the uses of the past progressive tense. And then we'll start with 2 exercises today. And in the third session, we are going to do half of the worksheet together and you are going to continue the rest as a homework at home, okay? Now, let's talk about the past progressive. First of all, I want someone, let me see, Dana Hashosh is here. Dana, please read the second sentence in this slide. Dana? Fatima? Yes, Fatima.
Can I read it?
Yes, read it, please.
I was watching the movie last night.
I was watching the movie last night. Who can tell me where is the verb in the sentence?
Watching.
Watching.
Only watching?
Was watching.
Was watching.
Was watching.
Watching.
Very good. So was watching is the verb. Now I'll tell you why. Okay, now I'm going to tell you why. But what I want you to know is that this verb, was watching, is a past progressive verb. So the form of the past progressive verb is the verb to be plus the verb plus ing. Okay, let's now move to the form of the past progressive. Okay, the past progressive. In the past simple, we said that the verbs are divided into two parts, the regular and irregular verbs, right? And there is a rule that we should follow in the past simple. In the past progressive, I have good news. There is no need to care about the verb, if it's regular or irregular. Okay, no need. Why? Because all the verbs follow the same rule. In the past progressive, there is no need to care about the verb, if it's regular or irregular. Let's see the examples. Let's look at the examples. Okay. So we have all the verbs have the same form. So was, were, plus the verb, plus ing. Let's see these two sentences. He was working last night. Work is a regular or irregular verb?
Regular.
Regular.
Verb. Did we make any changes other than adding ing and the verb to be?
No.
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 Let's look at the second example. I was buying a new t-shirt when I saw her yesterday. Was buying is the past progressive verb. Buy is a regular or irregular verb?
Regular.
Buy.
Regular.
What is the past tense of buy?
Both.
Both.
Oh,
So this is an irregular verb, right?
Yes.
So did we change the verb or we just added ing?
We just added ing.
Exactly. So this is the point. Here, what I want you to know is that when the verb is regular or irregular in the past progressive, all you have to do is to add the verb to be plus the verb plus ing. Okay? Now, who can tell me was and were? These two verb to be. Was is used for singular or for plural pronouns and nouns?
Was
Singular.
for singular
Was
Singular.
singular, very good.
and
And where?
for plural.
For the
For
Plural.
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 he was working late last night. If we were using they, so we would have used they were working
They
late
working.
last night. Okay, so pay attention to this. Okay, guys? So, all in all, past progressive was, were, plus the verb plus ing. No need to care about the verb, the verb, yes, if it's regular or irregular, because there are no changes in the verbs, even if the verb is irregular, you just add ing. Is it clear till now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let's now go to the uses. Why do we use the past simple? The past progressive. Okay, let's now move to the uses of the past progressive. Let's see. Let's read the sentence here. Who can read the sentence in number 1 before talking about the rule? Let's read the sentence. Read it. Let me choose someone who haven't shared today. Hassan Jrade. Yalla ya Hassan. Read the sentence, please.
Express an action
No,
that was
read the example sentence, not the use.
Last night at 8 p.m. I was watching a documentary about child labor.
Okay, please concentrate here. Last night at 8 p.m. What does this mean?
A time?
Time. A specific time, right?
Yes.
I didn't tell you last night only. I told you last night at 8. Okay? So I told you last night at 8 p.m. I was watching a documentary about child labor. So the first use of the past progressive is that it expresses actions that are taking place at a specific time in the past. Guys, if your brothers or sisters are watching another lecture, please mute, because we can hear everything, okay? So here they specified the time, last night at 8 p.m. So it's specified, okay? So the first use of the past progressive is to express action that happened in the past, but at a specific time in the past, okay? At a specific time in the past. This is the first use. Let's read the second sentence. Let me see. Hassan Saleh. Hassan, read the second sentence, miss.
Okay. While my mother was getting the car started, my
Yes.
brother and I were putting our school books in our bags.
Excellent, Hassan. Very good. Very good. So, while my mother was getting the car started, my brother and I were putting our school books in our bags. Let us see what do we have here. First of all, we have while my mother was doing something, she was getting the car started. My brother and I were also doing something. We were putting our school books in our bags. Let me ask you something.
Okay.
The boy and the girl, or her brother, and the girl and her brother, were doing something at the same time. Their mother was doing also something. So here, how many actions do we have? 1 or 2?
Two actions.
Two actions.
Yeah, Hassan.
Two.
These 2 actions are happening at the same time or separately?
Same time.
Same time.
At
Very
the same time.
Same time.
They are happening at the same
The
time.
mother starts the car and we put the books in the
Very
in
good,
the
ya
bag.
Hassan. Very good, ya Hassan. Very good. So she was getting the car started, and at the same time, we were getting our books in our bags. Okay? So these 2 actions happened at the same time. They were happening at the same time. Okay? In order to show that these 2 actions are happening at the same time, what did we use?
Why?
While.
Very good. So while here is a very important time expression, and it is used to express actions that are taking place at the same time. Okay? So while is very important.
Yes.
So what is the second use of the past progressive? It is to express 2 actions that were taking place at the same time in the past. Who can give me an example about 2 actions that were taking place at the same time in the past using while?
Me.
Me.
Oh, Zahra. Yalla ya Zahra.
Laris.
Okay, Laris and then Zahra.
ناس تشوفيني أنا تالت
While
واحد
my
كان
mom was
أول-
cooking,
Yes,
I
Hassan.
was in a Zoom class.
Repeat, please, Laris. While?
Class.
Okay, good. Zahra. Yalla ya Zahra. Zahra, I asked you to
While
unmute.
my dad was washing the car,
Yeah.
Yes, I unmuted.
Okay, so while your dad was
Miss,
watching.
can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you, but repeat, please.
I was helping my mom wash the dishes.
Very good. Very good. So two actions happening at the same place. And as you can see, these two actions are happening and are used, يعني we use the past progressive because they are happening at the same time. Yalla ya Hassan, I promised you that you will be the third one. Hassan Saleh.
Yes.
Yes, Hassan, give us an example.
Okay. My dad was bring for me chips
Was
and my mother take
bringing.
the
Hassan, my dad was
bringing the chips.
Yes.
The chips and my mother doing the popcorn. Or the cake.
So we can make slight changes in the sentence. As an idea, it's correct, but we have to make slight changes. So if we said, while my dad was
While my mom
with chips,
While
my mom was making popcorn. Okay, Hassan?
Okay.
Okay, but I'm so
Okay.
happy from you because you are sharing today with us. Very good. Okay, so the last sentence, I need someone also to read the example sentence before we guess what is the use. يلا يا علي بسمة. Yes, Ali.
The sound is loud.
طيب. أسيل.
مس لا أنا بس كنتش سامعك الصوت عم يقطش.
Okay, Ali.
Yes.
Go ahead.
It's
Ali,
lagging a lot.
Ali, go ahead.
Okay. What give you an example?
No, read number 3, but the example sentence, not the use.
Express an action that was taking place in the past when another action
Ali.
interprets.
Ali, read the example sentence.
Yes. While they were trying to cross the road, a car zoomed past them.
Okay. Let's look at this example sentence. We also used here while, right? While they were
Yes.
trying to cross the road. So the first action is that they were trying to cross the road. What happened when they were trying to cross the road?
A car
A
zoomed
car
past
zoomed.
them.
The car zoomed. So do you think
But-
that the second action interrupted the first one?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Very good. Okay, let me give you another example. If I said, while I was watching a movie, the phone rang. So what happened here?
The phone interrupted.
The phone rang.
Very
The phone
good.
interrupted you while watching your movie.
Very good. Excellent. Excellent, guys. So here, the third use of the past progressive is to express an action that was taking place in the past when suddenly another action interrupted. Okay? But I want you to know
Okay,
something very
Miss,
important.
and-
Yes.
And the first action is in past progressive, while
This
the
is
action
what-
that interrupted it is in simple
Very good,
past.
Ali. This is what I was going to say. The action which was in progress takes place in the time progressive, while the action which interrupted is used in the past simple, as you can see. Okay, so here zoomed is used in the past simple because it is the action which interrupted. Are the uses clear?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so
Yes.
let's sum up. It is used, as we said, to express actions taking into that were taking place in the past at a specific time, express two actions taking place at the same time in the past, and express an action that was taking place in the past when another action interrupted. Is everything clear till now?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's just
Yes.
erase all these scratches before we move to the other slide. Okay. Now we're going to move to some notes, but please concentrate because these notes are very important, okay? When, while, and as are time expressions used in the past. In the example sentences, we used while, right? But we can also use when, and we can also use as. As I was watching a movie, the phone rang. When I was watching a movie, the phone rang. So I can use these three time expressions in the past progressive, okay?
Okay.
So keep these in mind. These three words, guys, they are as if a hint that show you that we have to use the past progressive here, okay? Now, if your sentence starts with while or when or as, يعني with one of these time expressions, you have to use a comma after the first part of the sentence. Look at the example. While the staff was working on the bold new project, the management was doing its best to provide all their logistical needs. So as you can see, we used a comma between the two parts of the sentence because we started our sentence with while, okay? But when this time expressions is in the middle of the sentence or in the second part of the sentence, like in this sentence, the boy was riding his bicycle. When he heard the strange noise, there is no need for a comma. Okay, so here it's just a note, a very important note. While, when, and as are used in the past progressive, and the comma is used if your sentence starts with one of these time expressions. Okay? Is it clear?
Okay. Yes.
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 So I think we
Yes.
still have 2 more slides before we move to the exercise. And here also there are very important notes. We already explained these notes before in the previous slide, and we said that the action which is in progress or the action which is taking place takes place in the progressive, and the action that interrupts it is expressed in the past simple or is written in the past simple. There is something very important I need to add, which is about the non-progressive verbs. Remember in the past simple, guys, we talked about the stative verbs, the verbs that are not used in the progressive form. Who remembers them?
Me.
What do you remember about stative verbs?
They are actions that we cannot see them.
Very good. So they are actions that cannot be seen. They do not have let's say, a certain action done. So they are more stative verbs of state. They show a state like emotions, possession, senses. Yes.
Miss, like the verbs of possession or the emotional state.
Emotional state and possession. These verbs, we said last time that we cannot use them with in the progressive tense, and we cannot use them with ing. So same in the past tense, we cannot use the verbs of possession or of emotion with ing. And we cannot say I was loving or I was hating or while I was appreciating. I loved, I hated, I liked, I appreciated. So use them only in the simple tense. Okay, this is a very also important note. You already know it from the stative verbs because we really stressed on stative verbs when we were explaining the present tense. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, now a very quick explanation for the spelling rules, because I know that most of you are good at spelling and you know how to write the words despite from the rule. Okay, so let's start with the first rule. We have the CVC rules. It means consonant, vowel, consonant. Let's look at the verb put. What did we do in the verb put when we changed it to the progressive tense? Who can tell me? What
We
did
double
do?
We doubled the
we double the T.
We doubled the last consonant and we
Consonant.
added ing, right? So why did we
Yes.
double the last consonant? Who can tell me?
Because it's
There's a vowel before.
Because it is
Consonant, vowel, consonant.
very good. It is a consonant, vowel, consonant verb. So we doubled the last consonant and then we added ing. Okay, this is a one syllable word, a one sound word. Let's look at the second example, prefer. Prefer is a two syllable word, prefer, two syllables, two sounds. Okay, but here we doubled the R, which is the last consonant, because when I say prefer, I'm stressing. Okay, so I double the last consonant and then I add ing. Now in listen, we are not stressing, so we don't double the last consonant. This is the difference between prefer and listen. Verbs that end with Y, did we make any changes?
No.
We just added
No.
ing. Verbs that ended with E, who can tell me what happened to the verbs that ended with E? Look at the example.
We remove the E and add
We
ing.
remove the E and add ing.
Very good. So we dropped the E and we added ing. Let's look at the verb flee. It ends with double E. What did we do?
We just added
We
ing.
keep the double E.
Yes, we just added ing. Okay. Now we have to pay attention to the verbs that end with ie, such as the verb lie and die. Look at the examples. What happened to the verb lie and die?
We cross the IE and add ing.
So when you have a verb that ends with IE, you have to drop the IE and replace them with YING. Okay? This is the difference. Okay, guys? Got it?
Okay.
Now
Yes.
let's move to the last slide. We still have only 7 minutes. So I'm gonna move to the last slide. Let me just delete these scratches that we did. And then we move to the last slide. If we still have time, we will start the exercises today. If not, tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's move to the affirmative, negative, and interrogative. How to form the negative form and how to form the interrogative form. The negative, guys, before I start with the examples, the negative is always the opposite. Okay? It's always the opposite. The interrogative is a question. Okay? The interrogative is a question. Let's look at the example of the positive sentence. Who can read it, please?
Me.
يلا يا لين خليفة. لين خليفة.
She was cooking all morning.
She was cooking all morning. So we started with the subject, right? Then we moved
Yes.
to the verb to be,
Be.
to the verb plus ing, and then we continued the sentence. So she was cooking all morning. Who can give me the negative form of the sentence?
Miss, can I?
Yes, Ali.
She wasn't cooking all morning.
Very good. She wasn't cooking all morning, or she was not cooking all morning. So we just added not. This is the everything we have to do. We have to add not to the sentence in order to change it to a negative sentence. Okay, let's look at the question form. What did we start our question with?
Was.
Was. So we start our question with the helping verb. Okay, so we switch here. Was she cooking all morning? Question mark. So we started with the helping verb. Here, the subject is singular. If we said they were playing video games, who can change the sentence into the negative?
Miss, I can.
Let me choose somebody else, Ya Ali. I want all of you to share.
Okay.
So I want, I'm going to choose someone who haven't shared. Yes. Okay. Lin Shibani.
Yes.
Yalla Lin. So they were playing video games. May you please change it to the negative form?
They were not playing video games.
Very good. So who would change it to a question form? to an interrogative. Let me see, Taleen.
Miss, can I do it?
Let us give a chance to Taleen. I want her to share. It seems that she still cannot. Leia. Leia Ghraib.
Yes.
Yes, Leia. They were not playing video games. Leia, may you please change this sentence into the interrogative?
Were they playing
Yes. Video
games?
Very good, Leia. Very good. So were they playing video games? So even if it's a plural subject, a singular subject, the rule stays the same. You add not for the negative form and you start your interrogative sentence with the helping verb. Are they clear, Miss?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's now move to
Yes.
Okay, great. Let's move to the first exercise. And let's see, what do we have? Okay. Correct the one grammatical mistake in each of the following sentences. There is one grammatical mistake in each of these sentences. We have to correct them. Okay? Yalla, let us start. Yes, Yehuda. Start with the first sentence.
While I am read, Emily was watching a documentary on IV. While I was reading. While I am reading.
Huda, it is Tom. It is Tom. While Tom read.
Okay. While Tom read, Emily was watching a documentary on IV. While Tom was reading.
Excellent, Huda. While Tom was reading. Okay, so while Tom was reading. Okay, Huda, can you explain why did we use here the progressive tense?
Because there was an action taking place in the past when another action interrupted.
There's an interruption here or two actions happening at the same time?
Two actions happening at the same time.
So while Tom was reading, Emily was watching a documentary. So both of the verbs are used in the progressive tense. It means both of the verbs were happening at the same time in the past. Okay? Got it? Yalla ya Zahra. Number 2. We still have 2 minutes, so we have to finish this exercise.
Marvin came home, switched on the computer and check his emails.
Yes.
It's checked, not check.
Can you tell me why, Zahra?
Because he came home
Came is used in what?
In the past.
In the past. Switched.
Switched in the present.
Switched. ED.
No, switched in the past.
So check is also should be used in the past because this is a series of verbs or series of actions that happened in the past, right?
Yes.
Number 3. Yes, Razan.
The thief sneaked into the house, stole the jewels, and left without a trace. Steal.
The mistake is stealed. Why?
Because it is irregular verb. It is a stole.
Very good. Steal is an irregular verb, and the past tense of steal is stole. The last one, we still have less than 1 minute. Hassan Saleh, yes. Yalla Hassan. I would read the sentence just to save time. Nobody was listening while the teacher explained the tenses.
Okay. مسو with the سؤال.
Correct. There is one grammatical mistake, Hassan, in the sentence. You have to correct it.
Listening.
No, listening is correct. Nobody was listening while the teacher, till here everything is correct. Who can help Hassan? Yalla, without raising
Miss, can I?
give me the answer.